But then since Dharmendra is a public figure, and we also understand that a public figure also has private moments. So we respect the privacy of the family. So we are waiting for the official statement. But the entire going by in the turn of event, we can only say that we will need to wait patiently. We will need to wait patiently. So let's talk about a little bit about Dharmendra also. In his first marriage, all three children went on to become stars. Bobby Deol and his Sunny Deol, and the other brother also went on to become the star. Hema Malini herself is a very renowned dinosaur, actress, member of parliament. So Hema Malini doesn't need any sort of an introduction. Dharmendra himself kept away from politics. If you look at his public profile, Dharmendra himself was not part and parcel of any politics. He did there, he campaigned here and there, but he was not like Amitabh Bachchan made a foray in politics. Hema Malini is in politics. Vinod Khanna went on to become MP. Shatrughan Sinha. Dharmendra was cut from a different cloth, and his struggling years was from 1958 to 60. And Dharmendra lived in a garage during his struggling days, far removed from the glamour we see today in terms of Dharmendra. Dharmendra worked at a drilling firm earning 200 per month. He did overtime for extra money. And his debut film, Dil Bhi Tera, Hum Bhi Tere, in 1960, paid him 51 rupees. It paid him 51 rupees. So, but then his film, 61, Shola or Shabnam, made Dharmendra literally a rock star. But even then, films like Bandhani, directed by Bimal Roy, and Hakikat in 1964, he was not an action star which we remember in our generation. He was a romantic hero, someone who could quote fairs. So these are the films made in black and white. Bandhani. These films are made in black and white. Or, for example, the songs of Patthar Ke Sanam. So Dharmendra made a transition. Dharmendra made a transition from black and white into the color. That's one. Second, Dharmendra right now is known for films like Sholay. I mean, so those are iconic films shared with Amitabh Bachchan. But then Dharmendra also did films which a lot of film stars were averse to doing. If you recall, in 70s, there came a time where you had multi-starers. Very few single starers would come. If you look at Avara, if you look at Gopi, you had single star films in 50s. You had you had Dilip Kumar, you had Dev Anand, you had number of stars at that point of time. So those were solo films. Raj Kapoor. But there came a time in 1970s you had multi-starers. So Dharmendra could become part of that genre. He was part of the, lot of films in which multiple stars played an important role. So he was able to change himself. So Dharmendra was also part of a change. So Dharmendra was not restricted, and Dharmendra subsequently also went on to do films in which he was not the hero. He was not the hero. So, for example, if you look at the films, let me compare the films he did in 1973 and 1987. All very famous, but look at the difference in genre. Jugnu, Yadon Ki Barat, Loafar, Kahani Kismat Ki, Jheel Ke Us Paar, Keemat, Blackmail. This is 1973. Now, if you look at the films he made in 1987, it's made in 1987, Hukumat, Aagi Aag, Loha. We remember him for the film Loha, in which, there is, you see more of Dharmendra's fist than his acting skills. So you see more of his fist than his acting skills. Insaniyat ke dushman, Watan ke rakhwale, Insaf ki pukar, Insaf kaun karega. So from a guy, who would singing soft songs, you suddenly, this word, Dharam Dharam, was not part of Dharmendra in 50s and 60s. So the Dharam Garam was an invention of 70s. And Dharam Garam in Garam Dharam in 1990s, in 2000, became a sort of an Uncle Dharam, So from Dharam Garam, he became Papaji. So imagine a guy from a soft romantic star becoming a Garam Dharam, and then he was becoming Papaji. It just tells you how versatile Dharmendra was. You see, people don't change. And I think any other star who has demonstrated that sort of versatility in this industry is only Amitabh Bachchan, and then he got a 1997 Filmfare Lifetime Award He got multiple awards, but I don't think Dharmendra can be limited to the awards he has. But Dharmendra is also, Dharmendra's children, Sunny Deol is an established actor, Ghayal and Gadar, Bobby Deol, known for Barsat and Ashram. Daughters for the first marriage, Vijeta and Ajita both, they're both settled in United States of America. Then he's got two daughters, Ishana Deol and Ahana Deol from Hema Malini. So, a big family, a big family. So Karan Johar has, we'll play out those tweets. We will play out those tweets of what people are tweeting. And I'm again making it very, very clear that we are awaiting the official statement, but we are putting on the tweets of the people. Like, for example, Karan Johar is saying that the end of an era. That is what Karan Johar has tweeted. News9 is not saying that. I'm still not talking about Dharmendra in past tense. I would really want to make it clear. I'm not talking about Dharmendra in past tense. I'm still talking about Dharmendra in the present tense till the family clarifies the situation, and that's the ethics of journalism I want to follow. That's the ethics of journalism. And let me take you some of other very important aspects of Dharmendra. For example, Dharmendra also was a style icon. For example, his film Jugnu was so successful, it had multiple screenings in Soviet Russia. And then Dharmendra is a guy who works from Meera Kumari to Kirti Senan. I don't recall any actor who has worked from Meera Kumari to Kirti Senan. This is what defines Dharmendra.